All right, what's up, team? Hey, listen, today's the video. I promise you, we're going to talk about breakouts and how to find them. All right, I'm going to give you 3 stocks today. We're going to talk about Neo, Netflix, and Kline. Okay, Kline was a call I gave at the end of today, and we're going to go over it. I'm going to show you what I use for breakouts. Okay, I use trend lines. And then also we're going to go over briefly moving averages, which is a great indicator that we can use to kind of show us and give us some projection on possibly when a stock might hit some resistance and or support. All right, so let's get into it. Right now we're going to look at Neo first because it's a hot trending stock and there's a lot of people that are in these plays. So we're going to maximize out. All right, I'm going to give this to you bare bones so that you can kind of see my process. Now, first of all, we got some volume down here. All right, I'm in the day chart. All right, so these are days, but what I'm really concentrating on today is how to get our lines set. So I see that I got top resistance here at almost 70 bucks, or excuse me, like 67 bucks, 66.99, and I got some low level support. So I want to make a trend line. So I like to use horizontals because they go straight across. I'm gonna put a trend line here. We'll make another one here at the bottom, right? So this gives me my uppermost resistance point over recent history, and this my lower part of support. All right, now let's come into a little bit closer to get where we're at. So as we notice, we're closed over here at 36.93. All right, and we're in a downward trend. So we can see from our highs, we've been steadily coming down on this, and everyone who's been following Neo knows that Neo's been getting crushed lately, right? But we've noticed that it's hit some support levels where it's been rejected and came back up. So I want to put a trend line there so we can check this out. So I'm going to put a horizontal trend line, and it looks like we're hitting some support right around here. So let's put a line there, and then let's put one more in the top level where it's hit some resistance a couple times. All right, so for this right here, we're looking at right now. All right, so we're at 36.93. What I see this doing is we got 2 ways it's going to go. It's either going to go up or go down. And you're saying like, no crap, I already know that. Well, it's a tell. So what we're looking for is we're looking for it, if it goes up, we're looking for it to pass this level right here first. We're looking for it to go to 39.41. And if it gets accepted at 39.41, the next spot it's going to go is 41.65. And then just going to continue leveling up. Now, if it gets rejected here at this 39.24 level or whatever, then it's going to head back down to this next trend line down here, 33.72. Now, I promise you, this is a hot stock, and I can't see this going down here to this 31.91 and staying there very long. So if it gets rejected here at this line and it continues downtrend and it hits this line, I'm expecting it to rally pretty hard and rapidly back up to this support level here, or this resistance level, just based off of how this stock is, just trending and how people are looking for it. So I just want to give you that idea. So when we're looking at these trends, we're looking at things inside of these resistance points, right? So we see that hit here and it came back up here. All right, it's on its way hit here. And so we're expecting it to come back up here. Now it'll be over a couple of days because you see this is over about a week and a half here. But, we're expecting, so tomorrow will really tell us a direction of where we're going. So I'm expecting it because we're starting to get some highs. I'm expecting it to go higher, and I wouldn't be surprised if we close if it hits somewhere in between this area, 39.32, and down here at this bottom level. So I wouldn't be surprised at all. Actually, I think that would be a good call for tomorrow, moving into Friday. I think that's a bullish sentiment, but once again, it could tank. There could be some negative press or whatever. And if that's the case, then this is going to be a lower support level where if we wanted to make a call, we could expect it to go down to 33.72. And if it got rejected here, then it's going to go down further, or it's going to come back up to a support level around here. Right, let's go into another stock. All right, let's talk about Netflix. Now, I already got my indicators on Netflix. Kind of did some preparing. I didn't want to take up too much of your guys' time, but we can see why Netflix is a popular stock for day traders, right? I mean, look at it. It's volatile. It's all over the place. Gives a lot of opportunity for movements. You see a lot of long candles, so there's a lot of price action going in with these, a lot of movement. People love this, right? All right, we're looking at it closed at 549.57. Now, this tanked pretty hard because it was all the way up here and then it tanked all the way down. And if we go into the minute chart, we can see it tanking hard right here. We see there was 552.66, and then it got just some pressure, like down, boom, boom, boom. Now it's starting to consolidate a little bit over here, and so we're at our line, our 549.57, and it ended strong. So I'm expecting to see this go up. We come back to our day chart, and we notice that our next resistance point where it would need to meet, because it's already met there, is right here. Okay, now if it gets past this line, this is good. 559.44, then the next place it's going is we're going to go past this. I mean, that's almost guaranteed. But if it can't hold this line and it tanks, okay, our next spot that we check is around here. And then if it can't hold there, we're going to go down to 532.74. And so we can basically kind of expect that to go that direction. And that's where we need to think when we're making our plays. Now, I do like this for a bullish call. Going out till the 23rd is a little risky, but you know, big risks make champions. So, you know, if you're feeling bullish on it, I wouldn't be opposed to a bullish call, but it's definitely going to be a day trade and a quick swing play. Okay, I wouldn't be messing with this. Any type of profit over 10% on a call would be taking that to the bank. Okay, or if I had multiple contracts, I'd be cashing them as it rose up. So I wouldn't be surprised if this comes out of the gate and starts banging pretty hard and trying to get back up to this level. So this would be a decent call, I think, for tomorrow and the next day. I definitely wouldn't want to hold it till expiration because theta is going to be crushing this. But I think I got some bullish tendencies as we see it came down here, been rejected all over the place, and now we're starting our upwards trend. Let's go one more. I made a call on this stock. I want to go over it. All right, Kline. So here we go, Kline. All right, I got our bottommost here, and I got our topmost. And we notice it's right in between. All right, and so we're closed over here, and here's where we're seeing a lot of our support. Okay, 1146 and 935. All right. Now, if we go into the 5-minute chart, we notice that it's been on a downward spiral, right? So we got a lot of sell-off here, some consolidations, a lot of sell-offs, and a slow thing. This one's kind of a rapid decline here. We see that it declined from 10:30 to 11:30 pretty rapidly, but then it kind of took a slow and steady stream, just a trickle effect coming down. Okay, we got some high volume here, and then it started lowering off of volume and just coming, so a little bit of spike of volume lowering off. And towards the end, power hour, we started to get some heavy volume pushing it back up. All right. Now, I like what I'm seeing here. I'm seeing it come up. I'm seeing it come up, and it's here. And what I'm expecting this to do tomorrow is I'm expecting it to come up. And I wouldn't be surprised if this thing closes if we go back out to the day. I wouldn't be surprised if we see that I wouldn't be surprised if we see this thing close between here and here. So we're talking about 12.31 to 10.21 or $10, which will give us a pretty decent profit on our call, especially we did a $6 call, and I can't remember right now offhand, but you know, as long as it's moving the needle in that direction, we would be a pretty good. I'm pretty bullish. I'm pretty confident on this one. We'll see tomorrow. Could be completely off. It could tank, but I like the news that's come out and I like the stock. So I hope this helped out as we talked about. Oh, I want to get into one thing though. I want to go into indicators, right? So moving averages, right? Moving averages tell us a lot, okay? I use the 5, 10, 20, 50, 100, and 200, right? Moving averages are telling us how stock is moving on average of historical basic trading days, right? So we got a 5 trading day average, a 10, a 20, a 50, a 100, and 200. Right now, as we're looking at Kline, we're noticing that this stock is underneath its 100-day, but it's not quite at its 200-day, okay? Definitely, if it was down closer to the 200, that would be one of those signs where I'd be like, oh, this thing's about to pop up because it's not going to go below its 200. It always could, but typically they don't, especially if there's bullish sentiment. But it being under its 100 is still a buy signal to me, especially when it's here at one of its low points historically. Okay, I like this to push back up and get higher than right here at 11.49. I think it will. I think we'll push up to about 12.54, and I think we'll close tomorrow at there. And then from there, probably Friday, maybe there'll be a little sell-off to where we push a little bit further, but then we close maybe about here. All right, so I could see it on a Friday, but then I think this is going to start bullish trending upwards because it's done quite a little sell-off, and we got some sideways movements here coming in between here and in between here. So I like this going bullish, and I think this was just a sell-off today just to give way to some buying pressure upward for tomorrow. Let's go into one more indicator since we got the MAs out. I like the MAs. I think they show us predictability. So Netflix. All right, Netflix. Let's see where we're at on Netflix using the MA. So we already know where my trend lines are at, right? Let's see where we're at in the MA. So as we see with Netflix, we're above the 50, we're above the 20, we're above the 100, we're above the 200. So, you know, this stock is definitely not in any hurting position. All right, it's definitely been lower than this multiple times. Okay, so I don't see this trending too drastically down. Of course, some negative pressure could come out, some you know, some bad numbers and stuff could push this down. But I see this, Netflix is so popular that I see this if it were to drop and it goes down to this 50 line, I see this as being a buying opportunity, and people are so bullish on this, they're going to pick this up and we're going to see it shoot right back past this resistance line, and it might stay there for a little bit and then past that resistance line. So this is going to continue on an upward trend. I want you guys to see this. Where's my range? I want you guys to see this in the 6-month chart. So we're looking at Netflix like this, right? We see it's coming and it's moving sideways. So we got some predictability where this thing is going sideways. We know that this thing is trading like this, okay? And as long as we're making our movements, you know, we're trending in an upward position, okay? And as we see, we keep going out. I mean, we're bullish. We're going out a lot. 6 months. Let's go out a year. All right, we're trending in the right direction, okay? We can do so. I just wanted to give you guys some options, and so you guys can see where I'm looking for breakouts. But let's get back to the video, and I want to wrap this up. That's what I'm looking at on breakouts. Okay, I really want to drive it home is I like to use the trend lines. As you see, I do horizontals. You need to know where your bottom support's at. You need to know where your top level resistance is at. Okay. Also, I like to use the MA, the moving average, and to each your own, but I like to use the moving average, and I use a 5, 10, 20, 50, 100, 200, because it gives me levels where it's hit before. So I can tell that if it gets to, say, the 100, it should, you know, and we're coming in here, right? And just to give you a prime example, so this is Netflix. If it hit this red 20, this should give a bounce back. It should be rejected. It's a popular stock. It should be rejected without a total negative type of news thing, right? If it got down to this 100 line, it's definitely should pop up, okay, unless something crazy is going on with the market. And at that point, technicals don't tell us much because news and the market sentiment trump everything. So I hope this helped you out. We're trying to get your guys's breakouts. I suggest that you guys pick a couple stocks that you like, get on your platform and play around with it. Start putting some trend lines out. Go out to the day chart, specifically when you're looking for trend lines and looking for patterns. So give you an idea of where you can kind of set your sights in those charts, especially when we're doing call options. And, you know, we got a lot of money tied up these, and, you know, every cent that goes up or down matters as far as our contract is concerned. So hope you guys like this. I'll do some other ones. This is my first video of this kind. Kind of getting used to my video equipment, but I think it went pretty good, and we'll see what's up. Make sure you like and subscribe and join us on this mission. All right. See you guys. Let's go to war.